Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our inaugural YouTube live edition of the Chainmovers Podcast. And happy, what is today? Monday to everyone out there. As usual, I will be your host, Chad, and with me is my lovely co-host, Lacey.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks for being here, Lace.
You're welcome.
It's getting cold out there again.
Sure is.
How about that snow?
Mm-hmm.
Nasty. Mm-hmm. Gonna be a lot of snow removal going on.
Yeah.
Yep, there sure is. Boy, you seem real talkative tonight. So
I just don't like it.
You don't like what?
The snow. There's so much, and it's so cold. Normally, if it's cold, it's not snowing.
That's true. It's like minus 38 with the wind, and it's snowing to beat hell.
Yeah.
But that's life.
I don't like it one bit.
That is life. That's Lacey crying over the snow.
That's what I feel like.
You are.
Hate it.
You are a big baby when it comes to that. Mm-hmm. So.
Yep.
Well, Lace, we got lots to get to. Exciting weekend in the NFL. Very exciting. A lot of playoff movement. We'll go over that.
Okay.
Got a lot of side stories. All sorts of things happening. So should we get right into it?
I suppose we should.
Let's start off with the clown show that is the AB saga. Antonio Brown walks off the field in the third quarter of the Bucs game against the Jets. The Bucs were trailing at that point. They just eked out a win against the Jets, which is a little frightening if you're a Bucs fan going into the playoffs. But regardless, they found a way to win. Early in the third quarter, Antonio Brown, as the story goes, was told to go into the game twice by Bruce Arians. He declined both times, saying he was too hurt to play. Upon being told the third time to go into the game, AB said no. Bruce Arians said, then get the fuck out of here. You're done. In which AB responded by taking off his stuff and running to the end zone and leaving. So, I mean, I guess what else are you supposed to do when you're told to leave?
I guess.
Right?
I guess.
Pictures of AB standing outside waiting for an Uber while the game's being played. He's got his little suitcase with him. It was bizarre.
Hopefully he took all of his shit.
It was wild.
That is pretty wild. Ooh, I just fell right off my stool.
You shouldn't do that. You should stay on your stool. Now, there's a lot of talk about it, Lace, about what's going on with AB and what's happening, and I think we're kind of on the same wavelength, you and me. But I don't know. What are your thoughts about AB?
What are you looking for? I think... Okay, so I heard a little spiel, and me and you have talked about it numerous times, but Tony Dungy, they were talking. Tony's like, maybe the NFL needs to step in at this point because, and not give him a home, I guess. Like, don't let anyone sign him because he's got some, head issues. He needs help.
Supposedly.
Is what Tony, and yeah. That's what Tony thinks, right?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I think the guy needs help, and he's not going to get it if he keeps getting a home. Like we discussed, though, a talent like Antonio Brown is not going to not have a home.
He will always have a home in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I'm of the camp that, well, AB might be a little weird and does things a little differently than 98% of the population. Is he crazy for it? I don't think so. I don't think he is. I think AB knows exactly what he's doing. And AB released a rap song on, I believe it was his Instagram account, hours after departing that game. So, and I mean, if you're the NFL, okay, Tony Dungy, you're going to stop this guy from earning a living? You can't do that.
Right.
You can't do that to the guy. And he is too good if 100% of the teams in the NFL would take him right now. And contrary to what everyone's saying, he'll never play another snap in the NFL, that'll be by his choice. And,
yeah,
and
for sure.
nobody else's.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're not going to stop him.
no, he's too good.
Yeah.
He's too good.
I guess unless the team come out and said, yeah, well, I don't see it happening. Because there's going to be a team that's going to take him without any stipulations. But, if a team did come out and say, like, you got some shit to work through, or,
I'm pretty sure the Bucs knew what they were getting.
I would think so. Yeah, it wasn't like he just became crazy.
The departure from Pittsburgh was rough. The Pats, he never really played a whole lot.
I don't even remember him being there.
The Raiders was a complete shit show.
Yeah.
That's when he froze his foot and
Yeah.
had all these mysterious injuries.
Right.
And then this was going well. Well, the first season was a bit of a shit show, and then this year he had his fake vax card or whatever. And now this.
Right.
So you know what you're getting.
Oh, for sure.
You're getting a top-tier talent that does whatever the fuck he wants when he wants to do it.
Yeah.
And that's the way it's going to be, and nobody's going to tell him any different. I kind of feel bad for Brady in this whole scenario. Tom really stuck his neck out
Yeah,
there
he really
for
did.
AB.
Yeah, he did.
He was living at Tom's house. Tom took him under his wing, the whole 9 yards, right?
And Tom did say that too, right? We love him. You
yeah,
know?
yeah. Tom was.
We want the best for him.
He took the high road.
Yeah.
And Bruce Arians didn't yesterday, and today he did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he was a little fired up. And,
I don't blame him either, though.
well, it makes you look stupid.
Yeah.
Right? Number one. And number two, you just lost your number one receiver, considering, well, Evans is healthy.
Right.
But there's no Godwin, no
Yeah.
AB, no Fournette, and the Bucs are going into the playoffs. Right? So, yeah. That leaves a lot of holes on that offense.
So we've talked about contracts before and how it works, and so how would this work? Where is he on his contract?
You can just release a player.
Oh, okay.
No different than the Henry Ruggs situation.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You can release anyone at any time.
Oh, okay.
Which is unfortunate part of the NFL, but that's part of the NFL. And AB, I mean, okay, so he was like 5 catches shy of a $333,000 bonus. He was one touchdown shy of another $333,000 bonus. And I think like 55 yards.
So he could have got them all in that game.
$1 million. He walked away from that $1 million, right? So that's a lot of dough. I don't care who you are. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But AB doesn't care. And I think AB's very similar to Kyrie. Kyrie didn't care.
Right. It's not about the money.
He left $32 million on the table.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is he crazy? Is Kyrie Irving crazy?
No. No.
Okay. So why is AB crazy?
Well, did Kyrie quit in the middle of a game and start throwing his shit into the stands? And,
No.
and I don't know. He's just a wild card. I wouldn't say
absolutely.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
say he's crazy. I don't know that. I don't know AB personally, so I'm not saying he's crazy.
But the flavor
he's
of
a
the
wild
day
card.
is, and not necessarily coming from you, but literally every other person out there is like, he needs help. He has mental issues. Leave the guy alone. Leave him alone. He'll figure it out. Just leave him be. If he starts going down that legal dark road he was going down again with,
Right.
he's getting arrested every 2 weeks and all that kind of shit. Okay.
Yeah.
He needs help.
It was weird though, and I think that's the part for me. It is like we were talking about this. Is how he was pretty quiet, just a normal, just a good receiver. That's all he was. And then all of a sudden, it's like now all of a sudden
He was a superstar.
Yes.
In Pittsburgh.
Yes. And then all of a sudden, and it's just been, constant now, right? But up until his first issues in Pittsburgh or whatever you want to call them,
Yeah.
he was just a good receiver. That's it.
You never heard shit about AB.
No.
Other than what huge game did he have this
Yes,
weekend?
exactly.
Right?
So it was just like all of a sudden, then it was just. So I don't know, but maybe it took a while, to go to his head, or I don't know.
I think everybody should leave him alone. That's what I think. And the crowd agrees with me.
Yeah.
They agree with me, Lacey.
Okay.
Everyone leave him alone.
Yeah.
If he wants to be a rapper now, let him be a rapper.
Sure, and maybe you're right. Maybe he actually doesn't even want to play football. Maybe he was just waiting for his big moment so he could get a bunch of you know.
Publicity.
Yeah. And then release his rap album.
Now who looks stupid? Every one of you clowns that are saying he has mental issues. And he's just like, oh, I'm going to use this for him to propel this for him.
Right.
That's what I think.
Well, but it's like you said, like, because it's, I don't know, every half hour you see AB throwing his shit into the stands.
It's enough already.
And like you said, it's exactly what he wanted.
Absolutely it is.
This is what he wanted.
Twitter is just nothing but AB.
Yeah.
ESPN is nothing but AB. Facebook, like the
Yeah.
Daily Wire. I don't know if you guys are familiar with news outlets, but the Daily Wire has nothing to do with sports. Absolutely nothing. They're like a political media outlet.
Right.
They're talking about it.
Right.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, they know nothing about AB.
Right.
Literally nothing. Like, I don't even know if anyone there's ever watched a snap of football.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah.
Leave the guy alone. So, that's my take on AB. But the Bucks did end up winning that game against the Jets.
Yes.
28-24.
Oh, I think
So, congratulations to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And congratulations to AB. You pursue your dream, AB. You want to be a rapper? You go be a rapper. Do it. I think everyone just needs to leave him alone. Okay, enough about AB. Let's move over, Lace. Guess who it is?
I don't know.
Brittany Mahomes back in the headlines.
Oh boy.
Yeah, she's going off on Twitter about the refs against the Cincinnati game. In that game, Cincinnati did win 34-31 in a thrilling. That was the game of the weekend. Not the Cards Cowboys. That one was. Bengals Chiefs.
So is the refs' fault?
The refs are soft. They're not giving us any calls. And this is how she says it, us. Us. Because she's out there taking snaps. This guy. Okay. So he has Jackson Mahomes, his brother, who's a freak. And then he has this bitch constantly going off about how, well, if they don't win, she has a problem with the game.
Right.
Right? If they win, then everything's great, which is typically how it goes in life. But she just needs to be quiet.
Right.
And quit fucking crying all the time about the refs, about the coaching staff, about his teammates. It's never Patrick's fault.
Right.
It's always someone else's fault. Right? This guy might need to pull an Aaron Rodgers and just cut his family out of his life.
Wow.
That's what I think of that. What do you think of that?
Might be a bit extreme. That's his wife. I don't know how you cut your wife out.
Done. You're not coming to any more games, and I'm cutting off the cable. You're not watching.
He gets his own games blacked out on his satellite.
Yeah, what do you think of that? I'm a problem solver. That's what I do.
Okay, so can we go back to this AB thing for a second?
Oh, boy.
Sorry.
Yeah, of course.
So do you think... Okay, so let's go back to when OBJ went to the Rams.
Okay.
Rams.
Left Cleveland.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're like, that was stupid for the Rams to take him. So now, going to...
So far, it hasn't looked stupid, but it will.
Okay.
Sorry.
So now do you think whoever picks up AB is going to be stupid for picking him up?
No.
Why?
Because I believe AB is 10 times the receiver
Okay.
OBJ ever was or it will be.
Yeah, okay.
That's just...
No, I just thought we should clear that up.
AB could literally carry a team to victory.
Okay, yeah. No, I just wanted to clear it
He's
up.
faster than OBJ. He has better hands. He runs a better route. He's just a better receiver.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just the way it is.
100%.
Yeah. And like you said, you know what you're getting.
Oh, yeah, for
So you
sure.
better structure his contract accordingly.
Right.
So don't be stupid. If you're going to sign AB, just don't be stupid.
So isn't it kind of like... Okay, so now I'm switching sports. But when Kawhi... Well, I just about called him Kawhi. When I call him Kawhi, guys, I actually know his name is just a joke. So when Kawhi goes... Wherever Kawhi goes,
Yeah.
he doesn't like to play every game either.
Right.
So can't someone do this for AB? Because clearly AB does not want to play every game.
AB is fresh off of 4 weeks off.
But maybe they can schedule... Like, they just schedule around Kawhi, correct?
No. What do you mean they schedule
Like,
around
it's
Kawhi?
like, okay, well, Kawhi's going to play this game. Does he not
No,
pick when he's playing?
Typically what happens is depending on what happened before. But once they come into a back-to-back, if they had 3 days off, he'll play that first game and sit out the second one.
Okay.
Or if they've played like a game, day off, and then game one of a back-to-back, then he'll sit out the second game. Right? Now, that's not happening in LA. It wasn't the last year that he was healthy. Mm-hmm. He's obviously going to miss this season, but yeah.
But he was playing. Connecting. We're good.
Oh, there we go. We'll see what that did to our live stream.
Yeah.
Okay, Lace, moving over to the Houston Rockets. Kevin Porter left the arena during a game after a fight with his assistant coach at halftime against the Denver Nuggets. Got into a bit of a quarrel in the locker room and decided that he had had enough. So, packed up his shit and away he went. It never ends with these guys, Lace. It never ends.
It's just the world now.
Yeah. If you don't like something, then you just walk away from it. And it's this. Both those guys. Well, Porter's obviously younger than me. I don't know how old AB is.
I don't know. Let me look.
He's probably 7 or 8. He's probably like 30, 31. Oh, he's in Pittsburgh for 8, 29. Oh, he'd probably be 32, 33, somewhere in there. Regardless, Kevin Porter and Christian Wood both suspended for tonight's game against Philly due to their conduct.
He's 33.
AB is 33 years old. So he is younger than me. Not a lot. Looks a lot younger than me. I'll give him that. But exciting news, Lace. Very exciting news.
Okay.
Derrick Henry possibly going to be returning very soon for the Tennessee Titans as we enter the playoffs.
Right.
And there was grumblings that he might be back Sunday. I doubt it. They have the AFC locked.
Yeah, they might as well let him.
Right?
Give him another week.
But they are literally sitting atop the AFC right now. They're the number 1 seed, and we'll get into that. So, how bad do you want that first round bye?
Right.
Considering Derrick Henry is coming back off injury.
Right.
I think they want it pretty bad. Mm-hmm. So are you going to push him back? I don't think there's a need to push him back. Honestly.
Who do they play?
I don't know. You could look it up instead of just sitting there.
I'm not good at this.
It'd be great if you did.
I thought you'd have it wrote down.
I didn't. I didn't want to go into next week's schedule and everything.
Schedule.
Oh my. Okay. So, Derrick Henry possibly returning, Lacey.
Texans?
Yeah, that's a divisional game. That would make sense.
Okay.
So they're not going to rush him back.
Yeah.
Donta Foreman has been fantastic
yeah.
for them in Henry's absence. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, are you going to see that two-headed monster in Tennessee now? I don't know. Derrick Henry seems to get better as the game goes on. The more carries he gets, the stronger he seems to get, right? So, and plus it tires out the defense. So
right.
Try hitting Derrick Henry all day. You get tired too.
Yeah.
Tired and sore, and you don't want to hit him anymore.
Right.
Because it hurts. So, Derrick Henry. Hey, these Titans, man, I tell you.
You did.
I've been trying to give them love all season, and they haven't disappointed me, with the exception of a couple weeks.
Right.
Where they lost some games they shouldn't have lost.
Right.
But they did. So that's life. Mm-hmm. Moving over, Lace. More news out of Washington, the Washington football team. Eagles played there this weekend. And so Jalen Hurts was coming off the field through the players' tunnel back into the dressing room. Fans obviously around the players' entrance and exit from the field. Leaning on the railing collapses. Didn't take out Jalen Hurts. Good thing he was on the far side.
Yeah, it is.
Because who knows what it would have done to him.
Yeah.
A railing plus 12 people.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, this is the same stadium that's dumping poo water out of the the pipes. Like, it never ends. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, the NFL, if you're the NFL and you're just going to sit back and let Dan Snyder do this.
Right.
It's not a good look.
Right.
It's a horrible look.
Yeah.
And I can't believe people are paying to get into these games.
Right.
Washington fans, if there really is any, if you have any spine, quit going to the games.
Right. Still says we're live. Yeah, we're reconnected. Yeah, still says we're good on that side.
Okay.
So, here's hoping.
Fingers crossed. We have absolute garbage Wi-Fi, so it really makes things difficult. But
Yeah. That's weird, though.
who's our Wi-Fi?
Do you want to do that?
What are they called?
SwiftNet.
Oh, the worst.
So, I got an email
They're the
the
worst.
other morning, and it's like, the email said, what? We know that there's an issue with the tower that we're on.
Yeah.
We know there's an issue. We'll send someone out there. Like, we didn't even know there was an issue. That's how bad our internet is.
Couldn't even tell.
So I wanted to reply to the email and say, hey, we didn't even notice because this is how it is all the time.
No,
so
they're just the worst.
anyway.
But when you're out of town, you're limited.
limited.
Your hands are tied sometimes.
And,
So.
the other part that really sucks is they're cheap.
Yeah. If anyone out there has, what's Elon Musk's, what's it called? Starlink. If anyone has that internet, message me and let me know what you think of it. Because I'm ready for a change.
Anyway.
Definitely ready for a change.
So, going back to Jalen there. So, did you watch the rest of it? Like, he helped up the one guy.
Yep.
But then, did you see how they all... Like, security had to step in and get these guys away from him so he could actually leave then?
Yeah. They're all, celebrating with him.
Yeah, but... I guess it would be hard not to do, but, I don't know. He looked extremely what do you do? Like, you can't start
He
pushing
looked fine, I thought.
through. Oh, I thought he looked terribly uncomfortable.
Took it all in stride, and it was all good. So
Yeah, I thought it was nice he helped the guy
I
out.
don't know. I think you're making a bigger deal out of it.
I don't know.
I don't think there's anything there.
Really?
I think you're trying to make a story up.
No, I don't think I am.
That's what I think.
All right, what do you got next?
Churning out garbage.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into these Sunday games, Lacey. That's it for side stories.
Okay.
Done. I'm not going to go through every Sunday game because there was some meaningless games on Sunday. But let's start with that Bengals-Chiefs game, Lace. Okay. Cincinnati 10-6 now, KC 11-5, and the Chiefs won that one 34-31 in a thriller, an absolute thriller. Joey Burrow goes for 446 yards and 4 touchdowns. What do you think of that, Lace?
Good job, Joey.
Jamar Chase, 11 receptions, 266 and 3 touchdowns. Okay, this kid has OROI locked down. Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
He has to win it. Mm-hmm. Mahomes, pedestrian day, 259 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill had 6 receptions for 40 yards. Not all is well in KC. They're not the team they were. And that's troublesome, I would say, going into the playoffs.
Right.
Now, yes, Burrow was fantastic, but he was fantastic last week too when he threw for 525 yards.
Right.
This kid almost has 1,000 yards in 2 weeks. It's been unreal. So, Cincy locks up the AFC North with that victory. Chiefs already won the AFC West, but they're battling for top spot with Tennessee. Right?
Right.
So, big loss for them. They play Denver next week, which should be a slam dunk,
right.
But you never know what's going to happen in the final weeks of the season. Moving over, Lace, Miami, Tennessee, heartbreaker for Miami. They got absolutely crushed by the Tennessee Titans, 34-3. And like I said, the Titans clinched the AFC South with that victory. And that pretty much all but killed Miami's chances. Miami's 8-8. Tua went 18-38, 205 and a pick. That will not get it done. Tannehill, 13 of 18, 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. But Donta Foreman, who we were just talking about, went 26, 132 and 1. So, I mean, that guy, he's pretty good. Mm-hmm. He's pretty good. So, yeah, I mean, Tennessee sitting at 11-5, but they hold the tiebreaker over the Chiefs. I don't think, have they played this year? They must have, if they're sitting ahead of them. So, regardless, Tennessee looking strong, Lacey. Very, very strong.
Wow! Good job, Tennessee.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
for many moons now, Titans. Yep. Let's move over.
I don't like where our names are.
Let's move over to the Raiders and the Colts. The Raiders actually won this game, Lacey. A game they had no business winning. To keep their playoff hopes alive, they beat the Colts 23-20, taking them up to 9-7, dropping the Colts down to 9-7. Derek Carr, 24-31, 255, a touchdown and 2 picks. Derek stopped throwing so many interceptions. If he would quit throwing so many picks, this guy would be not in the MVP conversation, but he'd be right up there.
Right.
I don't know. It's Brady and then Carr for yards in the league, right? Carr's number 2. I'm sure he is. Zay Jones, 8 receptions for 120 yards. For the Raiders, Carson Wentz, 16-27, 148 yards and a touchdown. And Jonathan Taylor, 20 carries, 108 yards and a touchdown. So he is continuing to do his thing. Carson Wentz been looking shaky as of late, which I'd say is big trouble if you're a Colts fan. Good thing I'm not. But this is a Carson Wentz we're more used to seeing, I would say.
Right.
These very average performances. Now, Indy has the defense and the run game to keep them virtually in any game.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to be able to move the ball through the air as well.
Right.
Sometimes you have to. On a 3rd and 8, you ain't going to run it. So what are you going to do? And Carson, I don't know. I got a bad feeling for the Colts going into the playoffs. I don't care who they play in the first round. Carson Wentz says this was the story of his season. It's like down and then up, and then now he's back on the downward trajectory. And who knows? Maybe the week off before the wild card game will help. I don't know, but I've never been a Wentz guy, and
No.
I'm still not. Still not a Wentz guy. I don't hate him. I just don't think he's that good.
Right.
So
I don't think anybody would tell you that he's great.
there's my 2 cents on that.
Really anyone out there is like, that guy's a great quarterback.
Well, he's in the NFL, so that's pretty good.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, look.
Quick disconnect. Moving over to the Eagles and Washington. The Eagles won this game. We were just talking about Jalen Hurts. He only won 17-26 for 214 yards, but the Eagles won this one 20-16, and they clinched a playoff berth with that victory. Yeah. 2 NFC East teams going to get in.
Crazy.
When's the last time that happened? I don't know either. Maybe you should have looked it up. Washington dropped to 6-10, and the Eagles jumped up to 9-7. Not a lot to talk about from a statistical standpoint for that game. That Eagles offense is so boring.
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrid. And they have Devonta Smith out there, who's a stud.
Right.
But I don't know. I think, well, the Eagles, it depends who they play. Pretty much, I'd lay a lot of money they're going to be one and done.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll lose their wild card game, and that'll be it. But hey, they got in. That's half the battle, right? That's more than half the battle.
Yeah,
That's 80% of the battle.
big part of the battle, yeah.
What do you think of that?
Yep. Big part.
Huge part. Boy, you're quiet tonight. Wow. It's like pulling teeth here. Moving over to the Rams and the Ravens. Rams take this one 20-19. Rams 12-4. Ravens drop down to 8-8. They've lost 5 straight games. And pretty much all but eliminated themselves from the playoffs as well. Matt Stafford went 26-35, 309 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. And Cooper Kupp continuing on his Offensive Player of the Year type season. 6 receptions for 95 yards and a touchdown. So congratulations to Mr. Cooper Kupp.
He's been excellent.
He's been fantastic. Ravens without Lamar Jackson in that one, and of course that hurt. But like I said, they've lost 5 in a row. 3 of those losses came when Lamar was playing.
Right.
So, yeah, trouble in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. They're all but dead. But that AFC North, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Big game tonight happening for the AFC North, Cleveland and Pittsburgh. So, let's move over to the Cards-Cowboys. We briefly talked about it, but the Cards managed to go into Dallas and win that game 25-22. Kyler Murray, 26-38, 263 yards and 2 touchdowns. Wow! Which was enough to defeat the Dallas Cowboys. Not like Dak played overly bad this game. 24-38, 226 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But as a team, Lacey,
yeah,
they had 17 carries for 45 yards. Dak was the leading rusher. He had 5 rush attempts for 20 yards.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's a big problem when Dak is your leading rusher.
Yes.
The Cowboys. Will the Cowboys be one and done?
Possibly. Really, it's possible for everyone to be, though, I guess. So, I don't know.
That's some hard-hitting analysis right there.
Yeah,
of course, it's possible for everyone to be one and done.
I can't say anything tonight.
Holy lightning. Cards 11-5, Cowboys 11-5. Cards 1 game behind the Rams in that NFC West. And last but not least, let's move over to the Packers versus Vikings. Packers dominated the Vikings. What was the score? 20-3 at the half, I believe. Vikings did not have Kirk Cousins, and you sure could tell. Packers dominated them 37-10, moving the Packers up to 13-3, and the Packers actually clinched the NFC with that win. All roads will go through Lambeau in the NFC playoffs. Aaron Rodgers, 29-38, 288 and 2 touchdowns. And Devontae Adams, 11 receptions, 136 yards and a touchdown. Minnesota, not much to talk about statistically. They abandoned the run real early in that one. Sean Mannion played quarterback for the Vikings. And he went 22-36 for 189 yards and a touchdown. So, all right. What time is it? Yeah, it's about time for a commercial. So, on that note, when we come back, we're going to have a look at this playoff picture, the NFL player awards, and where everybody sits right now at this point in the season. Little NBA, little NHL, and we're going to call it a show.
Okay.
So, on that note, we'll be back. Do you love sports? Sick of all the same mainstream sports shows? Then join us on the Chainmovers Podcast. We will give you real takes without all the mainstream BS. Catch us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on YouTube Live or wherever you get your podcast content. Again, that's the Chainmovers Podcast. Join us. We're back. We're back after our commercial break. Good to be back.
What'd you guys think of that commercial?
Let us know.
Pretty sweet.
You want a commercial on here? Let us know.
Yeah, we can make you one.
We can develop our own commercials, plug them in.
Yeah. Reach
out to us if you're interested. Okay, let's move over to the playoff picture here. Let's start with the NFC. We've been talking a lot about not only the games this weekend, but what they meant in terms of seeding. So, we talked about the Packers, how they're sitting in first, and they have locked that up. Playoffs were to start today. The Rams would play the Eagles, which I think the Rams would easily take that one.
I would think so.
The Bucs would play the 49ers, and Trey Lance wasn't bad in that 49ers game. He looked all right. The 49ers are sitting there at 9-7. They have the 6th seed, and the Bucs obviously lead the NFC South with that 12-4 mark. So they'd play the 49ers, and the big game that could be is the Cards versus the Cowboys, a repeat.
Right.
Potentially a first-round repeat, which would be extremely entertaining. Dallas would host them, and I just don't feel good about that matchup for Dallas if you're a Dallas fan.
No. No.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I would take Arizona. In that
You would, eh?
I would.
Huh.
I would. Well, hey, they just went in there and beat them this week, right? What's to say they couldn't do it again?
Yeah.
You
So
know?
you don't think that was a fluke?
That they went in there and won?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I really don't. I think Dallas, there's always, and we've talked about this before, there's always in the back of your mind, it's still the Cowboys.
Right.
And if anyone can choke, they can choke with the best of them.
Right.
Those Cowboys.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. If you had to pick a team to come out of the NFC, Lacey, today, who would it be?
I'm not good at it. Like including Green Bay?
Yes. They're an NFC team.
Well, I'm going to say Green Bay.
Green Bay is going to win the NFC. They're going to be your NFC Super Bowl representative, according to Lacey. Wow. Look at that.
Out of all those teams that you just showed me.
Yeah, those are your playoff teams as of this weekend.
Right. Yeah.
There's not a lot
So
left. Like, there's very few meaningful games. New Orleans is the only team still in the hunt in the NFC.
Okay. Then I'm going to say Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
I don't hate that pick. I don't hate it one little bit.
Thank you.
I've been telling you for how long now?
They're the most complete team.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, you got it. You listen. Sometimes you're listening.
I always listen.
Wow.
I just never remember.
I'm impressed that you remembered that. Well done, Lacey.
Thanks.
Let's flip over to the AFC playoff picture, shall we, Lace?
Okay.
Okay. Tennessee Titans, like we talked about, sitting there in first at currently at 11-5. If the playoffs start tomorrow, the Chiefs would host the Chargers. That'd be a divisional wildcard game, which would be a fantastic ball game. Last time they played, the Chiefs needed overtime to defeat the Chargers. Right. That was, what was that, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Something like that. The Bengals would host the Colts. Bengals are getting hot right at the right time.
Yeah.
And the Bills would host the Pats.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine that game, Lacey.
Wow.
Imagine. So sitting here looking at these teams.
Ooh, this one's much harder.
Is it though?
Well, I know you're going to take the Titans.
Once you get down to 3-6 and 4-5, yeah, it's hard. Especially 4-5, but that's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
Right?
But last time you asked me who to take it all, right?
Yeah, who's coming out of the NFC now, knowing the information we have here, who's coming out of the AFC?
I want to say the Patriots.
The Pats.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you
Taking
think?
the Pats to come out of that AFC. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Well, who do you take? Tennessee, obviously.
Yeah, I'm taking the Titans.
Yeah.
Even if
the Pats.
Even if the Raiders get in,
Write that down.
I'm taking the Titans. Lacey likes Green Bay out of the NFC, and the Pats out of the AFC. I'll put a little L beside him. That'll also stand for loss.
Not the Green Bay.
Chad's taking Tennessee out of the AFC. And out of the NFC, Lace, you know who I'm taking?
Tennessee.
Well, they play in the AFC.
Oh, what did you say?
Out of the NFC.
Oh, Green Bay.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I thought you said AFC.
You're not as dumb as you look. You know that?
I know you better than you know yourself.
Okay. Okay, Lace, enough of that. Let's move over to the player awards. I want to talk about this. The conversations are heating up. It's something we need to address.
Okay.
It's very important, and I do have a qualm with one of the rankings as it sits right now. I think it's a bunch of bullshit, and I'll tell you why. Okay, Lace, MVP.
Are you going to make me pick these?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm going to tell you what the odds makers have everyone listed at, and then you're going to tell me who you like to win each award.
Okay.
Number 1, Aaron Rodgers at plus 400. I don't think there's any debate about that.
Yeah.
that Aaron Rodgers should be the MVP this year. Honestly. He's been fantastic. Mm-hmm. Okay? Next, we have Brady at plus 500, so right behind him.
Okay.
Then we got Joey Burrow, whose name has entered the conversation. That's right, Joey Burrow. Plus 1,000. Jonathan Taylor at plus 1,600, running back.
Wow.
Which I don't hate.
No, at least he's in there. He's not going to win, but...
Now, from that list of 4 people, Lacey, no, he's not going to win, unfortunately. He's had a great season, but he's not going to win.
I like that he's in there.
If you're a running back and you're going to win MVP, you better have about 13 wins.
Right.
And you should be like right on the cusp of breaking the rushing yard record for a season. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you're not going to win.
Yeah, no.
Sorry. Okay.
But I'm glad he's in there.
So am I.
Different position.
Yeah. Don't mean fuck all at the end of the day, but hey, getting a little bit of love, a little bit of kudos. Out of those 4 players, if you had to pick an MVP today, who would it be?
I guess. I don't even want to say it. It makes me feel
Come on.
Aaron fucking Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
Ugh, I hate when this happens.
You love Aaron.
Wow! No, I don't. I don't like him.
But he's good.
But he's good.
You can't argue with that.
No. It's no different than Tom Brady.
That's facts. That's life.
Tom Brady's good. I don't like him, but he's good.
Fair enough. Okay, Lace. Offensive Player of the Year, we really only have 2 serious candidates.
Really?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Can you name one of them?
No.
Jonathan Taylor. But here's the real mind fuck. You ready for it? Cooper Kupp, minus 110 to win Offensive Player of the Year. Jonathan Taylor, minus 110 to win Offensive Player of the Year.
Really?
That's right.
Wow! So it's just coin flip.
Flip a fucking coin. Let's see who has the biggest game.
Really?
That's right.
Who are you taking? Matt.
Oh, man. This is kind of like, remember we were talking about when the Raiders season was ending? And it's like, who do you give player awards to off this team?
Yeah.
This is a very similar situation. I would give it to Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
The only reason is he's the only superstar on that team.
Yeah. Okay.
LA has a pretty good roster.
Yeah.
When you look at it, Cooper. I don't want to discount what Cooper's done. He's had a fantastic season.
Yeah.
But Jonathan Taylor is really fucking good. That's what I think about that.
Okay.
So, if you had to take one, Lacey, though, who would it be?
Well, my first thought was Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp, ladies and gentlemen.
I guess I'll stick with him because I really had no reason.
Cooper
Kupp. Other than what you said.
I guess we're split on this one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, there's that coin flip, right?
I'm going to put the
50-50 chance.
C and an L. Okay. Defensive Player of the Year, Lacey. Let's move over to DPOY. TJ Watt in the lead, plus 150 to win DPOY. Right behind him, Micah Parsons, rookie linebacker from Dallas, plus 200. Aaron Donald at plus 750. And Robert Quinn from the Chicago Bears at plus 1,000. Robert Quinn has 18 sacks this season.
Yeah.
He's played extremely well.
Yeah, he has.
On a very poor team. Mm-hmm. So, that being said, who do you like to win DPOY? TJ Watt leads the league in sacks, I believe.
Okay.
Which is really the biggest metric when it comes to DPOY.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah, what else are you...
Like, I mean, you could go into quarterback pressures and tackles for loss and all that kind of shit. At the end of the day, it don't matter. Sacks matter, interceptions matter, forced fumbles matter, tackles matter to a degree. But based on those 4 guys, if you had to pick one today, who would it be?
Well, I'm going to have to say Watt.
TJ Watt, ladies and gentlemen.
He's leading me. I want to pick Parsons. I like him. Especially him being a rookie, I think.
Very good.
Yeah. Especially him being a rookie, I would like to pick him. But like you said, what else do you measure it on?
Well, and I mean, Dallas is so stupid too. They use Micah Parsons to drop him into pass coverage.
Right.
Why?
Right.
This guy can rush a quarterback like no other.
Yeah.
Let's drop him into pass coverage. Are you insane? Why are you doing that? I don't
So
know.
he maybe
this
could
kid
have
could
been-
have way more
Right.
sacks, right? But he don't complain. He's not bitching.
Yeah.
Seems like a good kid.
Yeah.
Seems like a good kid. I don't think he should win DPO. Why? Obviously, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Oh, yeah,
He's a
for
lock.
sure. Yeah.
And speaking of that, he's minus 10,000 to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Minus 10,000. So you'd win like a penny if you bet like
Right.
$100 on him.
So he's winning it.
Yeah, it's a lock.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
That's done. The only other guy in the conversation is Patrick Surtain, and he's plus 900. So, I don't disagree with either one of those picks.
Right. Yeah.
They're both great players. Surtain has been very good.
Who would you take for...
DPOY?
Yeah.
I would take TJ Watt. Aaron Donald. I think
Yeah.
Aaron Donald is just getting carried by his prior
Yes,
seasons now.
I agree.
And that happens a lot in the NFL, especially with Pro Bowl picks.
Right.
Which is annoying.
It'd be like... Yeah, for sure.
He's been good, but he's not the best defensive player in the league this year.
Anymore.
This year, anyway. He
Yeah.
could come back next year. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
I would take TJ Watt as well.
Yeah.
I would. That's me. And if he wouldn't have missed, he's missed 4 or 5 games this year too. Like, he's been unreal when he's
he
healthy.
has. So good.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, Lace, Jamar Chase, minus 225. And if these last 2 games don't lock him up for that,
Yeah, no kidding.
I'd be very surprised. And Mac Jones is really the only other one getting any consideration at plus 175. So Jamar Chase, very much the favorite to win.
He'd be mine too.
You know what name I don't see on here, though, Lace?
Who?
Justin Fields.
Oh. Why would he be on there?
Wow, I thought he was good. Are you cranky tonight?
I'm getting cranky.
Why is Justin Fields not on there?
Why
Lace?
is Derek Carr not on?
He's not a rookie.
Why is Derek Carr not on Offensive Player of the Year?
Because no quarterbacks are.
Silly. MVP.
Because the Raiders are 9-7. He doesn't deserve the MVP.
Well, that's why Fields is on there.
Okay.
What a silly question.
That's all I wanted you to say. Okay, here's where I have the problem. Comeback Player of the Year. Exactly what it sounds like. Whoever missed last season, come back and shot the lights out. This season is your Comeback Player of the Year. Currently, Dak Prescott, leading Comeback Player of the Year, minus 250. The next guy is Joe Burrow at plus 175, and after him is Nick Bosa at plus 6,500. Now, how can Joe Burrow be in the MVP conversation and not win Comeback Player of the Year? Okay? So I had to do some digging into this because I'm like, this is fucked. Why is this happening? Yards, Joe Burrow has 4,611. Dak has 4,154. Advantage, Burrow. Touchdowns, Burrow has 34. Dak has 32. Advantage, Burrow. Interceptions, Burrow has 14. Dak has 10. Okay, so advantage, Dak. Dallas, if you put Dallas's roster against Cincinnati's roster on paper, they should be able to almost plug anyone in at quarterback in Dallas and be a better team than Cincinnati is.
Right.
Okay? So this bullshit of Dak Prescott going to win Comeback Player of the Year, if he wins it was set up that way right from the beginning. Dak hasn't been terrible this year. He hasn't been better than Joe Burrow.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree with
Dak's
that.
O-line is way better than Cincinnati's. His receivers are better than Cincinnati's with the exception of Chase. But, I mean, in Dallas, you got Cooper, you got Lamb, you got Gallup, who tore his ACL this weekend, so he's done. You got Zeke, you got Tony Pollard. I mean, what else do you need?
No, and you didn't even have to go that far. As soon as you said, like, how is this guy in MVP and not going to get comeback? Yeah, that's done.
The whole thing's fucked.
That's all it needs to be said.
It's all fucked. I don't like it one bit.
No, that's it.
I'm glad you agree with me, because if you didn't, we'd have a fight.
Yeah, we'd have to fight.
I feel very strongly about
Live.
this. Joe Burrow will not win the MVP.
No,
So he better get Comeback Player of the Year.
absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more.
So that's where we're at. And to all you Cowboys fans, kiss my ass. I don't care. Joe Burrow has been better than Dak Prescott. And I think Joe Burrow's only in his second year.
Yeah.
So imagine how good this kid can be.
Great.
What is it, Lace? It's hard to soar with the eagles when you're surrounded by turkeys.
Yeah.
Is that the saying?
Sounds good.
Joe Burrow's an eagle.
Even if you just made it up. Don't say that. You don't want him to go to Philadelphia.
No, he's flying like an eagle.
Yeah. Can we come up with a different bird?
You don't know how high he can fly. You know where that's from?
No.
The Office. Michael Scott.
Oh.
You don't know how high I can fly.
Okay.
You don't remember that episode?
No.
Okay. All right, moving over, Lace. Coach of the year. This one's interesting.
Okay.
Leading the way, Matt LaFleur, Green Bay, plus 140.
Okay.
Second, Zach Taylor, Cincinnati, plus
Okay.
140.
Okay.
Third, we have Mike Vrabel, Tennessee,
Okay.
plus 350. And in fourth, we have Bill Belichick, plus 2,500. What do you think of that?
Wow. That's a head scratcher.
Isn't it? I just scratched mine.
I know. Huh.
Now, let's go through this a little bit. Matt LaFleur, obviously, is the best record in the NFL. He's also been in Green Bay for 6 seasons. Okay, so Andy has the best quarterback in the league.
I was just going to say.
Are one of the best, him or Brady, right? If I had to take someone off of this list,
It's him?
do you want? No,
Oh.
no, it isn't. Do you want to know who I'd take?
Like, take them off the list or
No,
take
sorry,
them?
to win this award,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I would take Zach Taylor from the Cincinnati Bengals.
I don't hate that one.
I think he has done a lot with that team. That team was an absolute dumpster fire
For years.
Since Andy Dalton left, which was 6 years ago.
Yeah. And even then, were they great?
Yeah, they were a perennial playoff team, I guess. Let's put it that way. So, Marvin Lewis was a coach. Mm-hmm. Remember those days? No?
I just don't remember them ever being very good.
Yeah, they won that division.
Oh,
more
really?
often than not when Andy Dalton was there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He was very good. AJ Green was a stud.
Oh,
then,
yeah, okay.
You know?
I do remember this now.
Ben Jarvis, Green
Yes,
Ellis.
yeah.
Remember him?
I do remember him now. Actually.
The law firm. That's what they called it.
That makes sense. I understand.
We were just talking about him earlier tonight, as weird as that might be. Yeah. So I would take Zach Taylor. Who would you take, Lacey? I think they're all worthy of the award.
Really?
To be honest with you. Yeah.
If I had to scratch someone off the list,
Yeah.
I'd take Green Bay's.
Oh, LaFleur off.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, what do you got to do?
Wow. What do you got to
Seriously.
Okay, so you haven't narrowed down to Taylor, Vrabel, and Belichick.
This is going to blow your mind.
I know who it's going to be.
Because I hate the man.
Bill
I'd take
Belichick.
Bill.
I don't hate it.
He's done a lot. Speaking of guys that have done a lot with their team.
With very little.
Yes.
Bill
has
at
done a
least
lot.
Zach Taylor has Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase,
Right.
Joe Mixon. He's got some talent there.
Yes.
Belichick doing it with a bunch of nobodies.
Yes.
And
I have started to like Bill a little bit more since. Before it was it was just a mixture of, because he had great players and
he did and he didn't though.
Yeah,
he turned them into great players.
Right. I guess I didn't see that though.
He had Randy Moss, right?
Yeah.
Who, I don't know, how long did Randy play there? 2 years?
Yeah, it wasn't very long.
Near the end of his career, and he was fantastic. He had 22
Yeah.
touchdowns that one season. But he always had Brady, which was always the constant. Everything else, he didn't have a lot of big name dudes. Edelman was a nobody. Wes Welker was a nobody. Mm-hmm. He turned him into...
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
Nothing. I was just thinking of... Remember we used to say that he must be racist? He had a lot of white people on his team. It was weird.
I can't remember the other guy's name that was there for a while, too. Little white guy.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Regardless, I don't think you can discount what Mike Vrabel's done this season either. Tennessee might win the AFC.
Yeah,
They lost Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that's true.
60% of their offense. That Tennessee defense is so underrated this year, it hurts.
Yeah.
Nobody ever talks about Tennessee's defense, and they should.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty good. They're pretty damn good.
I think I gotta go.
You would go with Bill Belichick. Okay. Yeah. I like Bill. And that one is a tough award, I think, to give away. Because they all deserve it.
Yeah.
So, LaFleur's had some shit. Rodgers was going to leave. Nah. He's going to stay. They've had a pile of injuries. I think he's done a pretty good job.
But they're the most complete team.
Thanks in part to Matt LaFleur. Or are you saying he has nothing to do with that? No, okay. Okay, we're moving over to the NBA, Lacey.
Okay.
And I'm going to go through the standings as I normally do.
Okay.
And a little bit of NBA news, a little NHL. We'll call it a day. Okay? I forgot to tweet.
Did you change your tweeter?
My tweeter,
Your
yes.
tweet?
Yeah, I did. But now, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's move over to the NBA, Lacey. We have a new number one in the East. Any idea who it might be?
No.
The Chicago Bulls. Sitting alone at the top of the East at 24-10. They've won 7 in a row.
7.
That's right.
It's always 7.
They've won 7 straight. DeMar DeRozan has been lights out. And I seen a listing today. Obviously, they're ranking NBA MVPs to this point. Uh-huh. They had DeMar DeRozan in 8th. The fuck? DeMar DeRozan has been unreal. But I did, on the flip side of that, remember last show, I believe it was, I talked about DeMar maybe up for most improved player. Mm-hmm. I seen an article on that today about why he should be considered. Yeah, he's been in the league 12 years, but, I mean, his season average is typically like, I don't know, 21, right. 22. He's averaging like 29 points a game. He's hitting clutch threes all over the place. This guy has been lights out. And he deserves some type of recognition.
Wow! So is that an award?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give him that one then.
Yeah. Chicago Bulls, first in the East. Second...
Sorry. After 12 years, I feel like that would mean more to me. That someone...
That's impressive.
Yes.
To take that kind of a step.
Yeah. Like, over... What was it, just MVP was the other one you were talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think... After 12 years, I think that one would be like, yeah, it would just mean more to me.
It's like this dude was born to play in Chicago.
Yeah.
Like, he's just been, like, rebirthed. He's just unreal this season.
Yeah,
he's been so good. But Zach LaVine's been very good, too. The whole team has obviously been very good.
Right.
So, Chicago Bulls sitting in first place. When was the last time the Bulls were in first?
Okay, so I was just going to say, it's been a while before they've been good even, right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
they've been trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of exciting.
Well, ever since D Rose. When D Rose won his MVP. That's a long time ago.
How long?
Oh, man.
Like, just ish.
09?
Oh, okay. Yeah, like, I don't remember them ever
somewhere
being good.
Around there. 10, maybe?
I started watching basketball later than football, but...
I would have to verify that, but it has been a fucking eternity for Bulls fans since they've been even a contender, right? So,
okay.
But they're looking good this year. And second, we got the Brooklyn Nets, Lacey, at 23-11. Third, we got your Milwaukee Bucks, Lacey, at 25-13. They've won 6 in a row.
Good job.
Fourth, we got the Miami Heat at 23-14. And fifth, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers still hanging in there, 21-16. And they traded for Rajon Rondo quite recently. So
I remember that. And
in 10th, we got the Toronto Raptors, Lace. That's 16-17. One game under 500. Trying to hold back a yawn there? Yeah, you were. I seen you.
I don't know what happens.
You get awful sleepy.
Just yawny. I'm not even sleepy.
Moving over to the West, Lacey. First, we got the Golden State Warriors at 28-7. Wow! Second, we got the Phoenix Suns, 28-8.
What?
That's right.
Wow, those are close.
Wow! One game difference.
Yeah.
Third, we got
one loss.
the Utah Jazz, 26-10,
Holy shit.
which is pretty impressive. I was expecting. I don't know if I was. The Jazz, I guess, are always contenders. They have been for the last 3 or 4 seasons. They just can't get over that hump, right? But fourth, Lace. Any guesses? Who's sitting in fourth place in the Western Conference right now?
West. No. Grizzlies.
The Memphis Grizzlies at 23-14. They've won 4 straight. They play tonight. Who do they play tonight? They were 6.5-point underdogs.
Yeah, you told me.
Who do they play? I cannot remember. Driving me nuts. Brooklyn. They played Brooklyn tonight. Any updates on that game, Lace, while we're at it? And in fifth, look at that. I wrote down a record and no team.
Grizzlies lost.
Look, it's Denver. I know it's Denver. How much did they lose by?
Oh, no, sorry. They won. 118-104.
Oh! Wow.
You took the Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies go on the road. Beat the number 2 seeded Brooklyn Nets at home. This Grizzlies team, Lace, you got to watch out for them. Sitting there in fourth.
They had a great third quarter.
They're a fantastic team. Ja Morant. Why is his name not being thrown around? MVP.
Yeah, that's right.
Come on, let's get it going. Kid's unreal.
Yeah, he is.
Been very good.
Yeah, I like
and in fifth, we got the Denver Nuggets at 18-16. They've won 3 straight. So nobody cares, though. Really, I don't like Denver.
Yeah.
I don't really like the Nuggies.
I just like their name.
The Nuggies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
I just like saying it. That's it.
Okay. Kyrie Irving, back Wednesday, Lace, expected to make a season debut against the Indiana Pacers. What do you think of that?
That's exciting.
Couldn't come at a better time. Nets just lost to Memphis tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, and Milwaukee is right on their ass. Right on their ass. Well, so is Miami. So the top of that East is getting awful congested.
Yeah, it is.
Awful congested. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. And other big news, Lace. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
This is big.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Klay Thompson might be making his return on Sunday against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, I imagine Klay will be on a heavy minutes restriction. He might play 10, 12 minutes in that game until he gets his legs back under him. But you thought Golden State was good before.
Right. Look out.
You wait and see what happens now. And if you're in the West, I'd be worried.
Yeah.
I'd be very, very worried.
Because it's tight right now, but...
Well, the top 3 seeds really are
Yeah.
pretty tight. Things are going to get real. Let's move over to the NHL, Lace, and then that's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
In the Atlantic Conference, Lace, we got the Tampa Bay Lightning sitting there in first at 21-8-5. Second, we got the Florida Panthers at 21-7-4. And third, we got the Toronto Maple Leafs, Lace, sitting there at 21-8-2.
Wow.
What do you think of that?
Really turned it around.
Seventh, we got the Ottawa Senators at 9-18-2.
Oof.
And in eighth in that Atlantic Conference, we got the Montreal Canadiens 7-23-4. They've won 7 games this year so far.
At least they haven't lost 11. I assume the 4 is ties.
Overtime losses.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So they picked up a point in those games.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess that'd be a lot of ties.
Wow. That team is a dumpster fire.
That's horrid.
They're so bad. And if you're Carey Price, it's like, get me out of here. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't want to be here. This is a joke. It's too late in his career to be playing on a team this poor.
What's wrong?
With Montreal?
Yeah. They have shit players, shit coach, shit.
Just a bunch of shitheads
Okay.
running around there.
Okay.
I don't know, Lace. I have not watched one Habs game this year.
Oh.
And I don't intend to.
Yeah, I guess why would you at this point?
7 wins? Fuck, I'll go watch a Pee Wee game. The multiplex. I'll get the same effect. But the Pee Wees might win. Moving over, Lace, to the Metro, we got the Washington Capitals sitting in first at 26-8. Second, we got the Carolina Hurricanes at 23-7-1. They've won 4 straight. Wow! And at third, we got the New York Rangers at 21-8-4, rounding out our top 3.
Come out of nowhere, right?
Well, they've been up there now for a couple weeks,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But I remember, I think it was just last week when you said them, I thought, I don't remember you mentioning their name.
Just, yeah, the past couple weeks
Yeah.
we have been. But Lace, we talked about it a little bit last show. In that Metro, we got the Pittsburgh Penguins sitting in fourth. They have won 8 straight.
8.
That's right. 8 straight games they've won.
Wow.
That's a big winning streak in the NHL.
Yeah, it sure is.
Doesn't happen very often. Moving over to the Central, Lace, we got the St. Louis Blues at 19-9-5. Second, we got the Nashville Predators, 20-11-2. And in third, we got the Minnesota Wild, 19-10-2. And they've lost 5 in a row. What do you think of that?
Shitty.
That is shitty.
Is that them gonna bounce back?
Yeah. That's what's going on in Minnesota right now.
The circus.
Fucking clown show down there. And in the Central, Lace, we got the Winnipeg Jets in fifth at 15-11-5. I don't know. I don't have any expectations for the Jets anymore this year.
Yeah.
Colorado's in fourth in that division. Every team ahead of Winnipeg right now is better than them.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
They're not going to make playoffs.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. That's a hot take right there. Jets are not going to make the playoffs. Moving over to the Pacific, Lace, we got the Vegas Golden Knights at 22-12-1. Very impressive.
Yeah.
They've been looking very good lately.
Yeah.
Second, we have the Anaheim Ducks.
Those pesky Ducks.
17-11-7, and they have lost 4 straight.
Holy, it's still in second.
Good grief. Yeah, in third, we got the Calgary Flames at 17-7-6, rounding out our top 3. And in seventh, Lacey, the Vancouver Canucks, sitting there in 7th place at 16-15-3.
Nice.
1 game over 500. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
They won again last night.
Good.
So,
Who'd they play?
I don't know.
No, don't matter.
I just remember they were 15-15-3 the last time we did a show.
Right.
So now they won a game. They're looking good, man, with Boudreaux at the helm.
Yeah.
I like it.
Good move.
Speaking of the Pacific, though, Lace, everybody's sounding the alarms in Edmonton. Dave Tippett on the hot seat, head coach of the Oilers. Lots of talk about what's going to happen to his future. Edmonton has 2 wins in their last 11 games.
Oof.
And they've lost 3 straight. So,
I was going to ask why you didn't mention them. Where are they sitting now then?
in 4th.
Oh, okay.
They're sitting there in 4th. They're not good enough to be a part of the top 3.
Yeah, okay.
They're a Canadian team, though. Like, I bring up the Jets and all them, too.
Yeah.
I just forgot about them, to be honest with you. So, regardless, Lacey, at this point in the season, with the Oilers sitting in 4th place, yes, obviously they're going through a struggle here.
Yeah.
Do you really put your coach on the hot seat at this point?
Oh, it seems a bit premature, doesn't it?
Is this Toronto all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Like, you can't play in Edmonton? Like, hockey's a religion in Toronto. Well, arguably all of Canada, but like, playing in Toronto is hard.
Right.
Like, you are under the microscope 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right?
Yeah.
Now, they've gotten used to losing. They lose in the first round every year.
Yeah.
So why, all of a sudden, are we pushing the panic button on Dave Tippett in Edmonton?
Right. Yeah.
It's too early in the season. Mm-hmm. And they're going through a rough patch. I'm not an Oiler guy.
No, you definitely are not.
But calm the fuck down. All right? They have arguably the 2 best players in the NHL.
Right.
On the same team.
Yeah.
They're going to be okay. So, on that note, Lace, I have nothing else. That's it. This was our inaugural YouTube live stream.
Hopefully, with all the disconnect and connect, hopefully it's all good.
If it did not, I recorded it.
That's right.
So I can always upload it after.
It'll come later, yeah.
So if it got hung up on your end and never picked back up or whatever, no fear. I will re-upload it specifically for all of you fine people out there. So, Lace, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You're a little quiet tonight. I don't know if I like that, but...
Sorry.
That Lace. Get a load of this. Hey?
That's what's going on in my head. I was trying to plan our evening so well, and it just didn't work.
Just a clown show.
Yeah.
I got nothing else on that note, Lace. Thank you again. Thank you to all of you for making us a part of your day. Enjoy your Monday evening. If you live anywhere near where we do, stay warm. And probably stay off the roads. They're probably not very good.
Yeah, I don't think they are.
To be honest with you. So
you're not going to be able to see shit anyway.
Not see shit.
We got quite a bit of snow.
You want to see the roads, but you'll end up seeing shit.
Probably.
On that note, Lacey, we are out.